I welcome Dr. Sudhan Sharma from IGNOU SOCIS as an expert for the session to understand what are mobile operating systems.
Actually, mobile operating systems are quite special because mobile devices are very much involved into the communications. So, there is a lot of difference. In this session, we are going to understand about how mobile operating systems are different from the computer operating systems. But prior to that, one should understand what is in fact an operating system. Now, in fact, operating system is system software which relates to as an interface in between hardware and the application software. So, there are different rules and there are different roles for operating system. It will try to manage the memory, it will try to manage the hardware interfaces, it will try to give space to the application softwares, so that the application softwares can work with the hardware devices in an appropriate manner. So, operating systems are actually the system softwares, and because nowadays different devices are coming up. So, operating systems for different devices are required to work in different manner. Likewise, in mobile operating systems, as said that we are going to have more and more communication, but in normal computer systems communication is not that important, although it is important, but it is not happening that frequently. So, so mobile operating systems are supposed to have more communication space than a normal computer. So, that is why the working formalities, working performance of mobile operating systems are very different from the normal operating systems. So, apart from this, there are different tasks of operating systems. It handles the input and outputs, it recognizes and installs peripherals, it manages the files and folders, it handles system errors and manages system security. Security is very important part, because you never know, because you are, when you are onto the mobile environment, you do not know to which application you are logging in and whom is going to access your system. So, as a result of which data security breach may happen. Apart from this, it allows the software to communicate with the hardware. So, there are different tasks of the operating systems. Now, that means apart from mobility, an operating system in a mobile environment should act as an interface in between hardware and the application software. Now, application softwares are in fact the softwares with which the user interacts. Likewise, in any smartphone we are having mobile apps. Now, mobile apps are appearing onto the user's phone mobile terminal, and when their user is trying to tap those mobile apps, the application interface starts in, and wherein the role of operating system works with, and this operating system interacts with the hardware and responds. This is very important, that you are supposed to understand that mobile operating systems are very different.
What are the different types of operating systems?
In mobile operating system, communication is very important. Faster communication is required because mobility of the system is there. Because of the mobility of the system interact with BTS, MTS, that is base transceiver substation, mobile transceiver substations. At multiple points they are supposed to log in, because the location of the mobile is to be tracked. So, that means the operating system for a mobile environment works in a very different manner than in comparison to a standalone operating system. So, broadly the operating systems are classified into three categories. There are embedded operating systems, there are standalone operating systems, there are network operating systems. Now, embedded operating systems means those operating systems which are specifically devised to operate any device. Likewise, we are having smart TVs are there, we are having intelligent air conditioners. So, some operating system is required which is supposed to interface in between the hardware of the AC or the TV and the application terminal where the user is supposed to interact with. So, generally we are having BlackBerry or embedded Linux or Symbian. Symbian is nowadays outdated, but Android, and there are different embedded operating systems. Apart from this, we are having standalone operating systems. We are having Windows 10, Windows 7, we are having Mac operating systems, Linux and Unix. But many a times when we are working in a client server environment, we are requiring special network and operating systems. Likewise, we may require Windows Server, we may go for Solaris or NetWare. But in a mobile operating system, if we are supposed to work with embedded and network, both facilities should be there. That means, in an operating system, both it should be embedded into the device. Apart from this, it should have a network features, because mobility is of prime importance in mobile devices, because the moment we are moving from one place to another place, we are supposed to have multiple data transfers. Likewise, location information is to be transferred, and connectivity should be maintained. So, due to which we are supposed to have a different type of operating system, that is the mobile operating system, which is an embedded operating system with the features of networks in there.
How is operating system of computers different from operating systems of mobiles?
As the internet is increasing, our World Wide Web expanding like anything, more and more devices are logging into the environment. Now, because of this, people prefer to have the relaxed environment. They want to operate the things in the mobile environment. So, mobility is a prime requirement. So, that means we need more and more devices which are connected to the internet, and along with that, mobility is there. We need to understand that GPS, we are having connectivity. Likewise, in a mobile cab we are going. So, if somebody wants to track what is the optimum route, or if you want to track where the person particular is, likewise on various application softwares, likewise WhatsApp if we are using, then if we want to share our location at runtime, we can share our location. So, that means with the help of the mobility, we are contributing to the mobile environment. In a mobile environment, we are having the network component is very important. If we go for a PC, normal PC or a laptop, in that scene communication is not that frequent because they are quite stationary. But one should understand that the mobile operating system is not that capable to handle the complex computations. When complex computations, high end computations are required, we need to have dedicated environment. Likewise, we need to have high configuration personal computers or high configuration laptops, and the communication part is less. As a result of which, there is less load onto the operating system, and performance regarding the computation is improved. But in a mobile operating system, in a mobile device, there is a limitation, because frequently the mobile device is supposed to communicate with the environment, but it cannot do high end computations in a faster manner. So, mobile operating systems are responsible for high end communication, but not that much flexible with the high end computations. But the computer operating systems are flexible with the high end computation, but not that much mobility. So, we should appreciate that these two technologies are supposed to work together, then only we can have the benefits of the two worlds. That means, maybe in the coming future we may have high end processors and more memory, which may help the mobile devices to go for high end computation and with the high end mobility and high end network communication. Apart from this, we should understand that mobile is not simply going for only communications. They are having the sensors, they are having accelerometer, they are having gyrometers, they are having magnetometers. Apart from this, they are responsible for data exchange, where for different applications are there. Likewise, for using Wi-Fi, we are going for data exchange, we are using Bluetooth technology, we are using infrared mechanism and USB for data exchange. And apart from this, communication is very important. We are using SMS, MMS, we are using cellular calls and microphones. So, mobile computing and mobile environment is progressing like anything, day in and day out. But the load of the mobile operating system, that in normal laptop or a normal computer, we are not supposed to go for the sensors, we are not supposed to go for the data exchange or the communication in a frequent manner. But mobile nowadays is equipped with enormous communication, enormous amount of data exchange, and sensors applications are frequently used in the mobile environment. That is why one should understand that mobile hardware devices are also very different. Normal computer, in a PC or a laptop, everything is very much fixed. But in a mobile environment, we are supposed to use, because mobility is prime concern, we are supposed to use plug and play devices, wherein we can frequently change the hardware as per the requirements, and we can customize our mobile devices. So, mobile hardwares are also very different from the normal hardwares. What is the difference? The battery of the mobile 4000 mAh or so. So, the hardware should consume less amount of power. So that's why the mobile hardwares are differently designed in comparison to the hardwares which are frequently used for laptops or so. So one should understand that it is a mobile operating system which acts as an interface in between the hardware and the application software. So mobile hardwares are also very different, mobile operating system is also very different, because mobile operating system is supposed to keep in pace the mobility as well as accommodate the different hardwares in a dynamic manner. So that's why the role of mobile operating system is very different from that of the PC or a normal computer's operating system. So we are having different layers of the mobile operating system. At the hardware, we are having 3 layers in fact. At layer 0, the operating system is supposed to deal with the hardware, and layer 1 it is supposed to deal with the various system softwares, and at layer 2 it is supposed to deal with the application softwares. Those application software might be also third party softwares, and at layer 1 we can also have again third party softwares where the drivers of the different devices are supposed to be incorporated, because unless and until the driver of a device is not installed, the mobile operating system will not be able to facilitate the hardware to work with the mobile device. So that's why mobile operating systems are requiring 3-way mechanism. They are supposed to act as an interface, wherein they are supposed to work with layer 0 and layer 2. At layer 2 we are having the application softwares, and at layer 0 we are having the hardware components. Nowadays we are having different type of operating systems. We are having, so far as Apple devices are concerned, we are having iOS. For normal we are having Android. We are also having Windows Mobile as an operating system. And one should understand that iOS is specifically for Apple. No other device can use. So that means there is a flexibility constraint with the iOS. The iOS operating system is recommended only for the Apple devices, and we are having a different Apple, likewise iPhone is there, iPad is there. We are having, but that is not customizable. So this is the limitation of iOS operating system. Windows is also into the line, and they had given Windows 10 as the mobile operating system for Lumia and their products. Again, that is not the market leader. Nowadays Android, which is a product from Google, is in fact the market leader, because it is customizable. The different vendors can customize the Android environment as per their requirements, as per their product requirements, and this Android operating system is coming into the different versions, likewise Cupcake, Donut, Eclair, Jelly Bean, Nougat, and different. It is alphabetically designed. So subsequent versions are coming day in and day out with advanced features. So it is interesting that Android is in fact a customizable operating system, customizable mobile operating system in fact. That's fundamental requirement for mobile operating system.
Thank you, Dr. Sudhanshu Sharma, for making us understand what is mobile operating system and what are the different types of mobile operating system, and then how operating system of computer is different from that of mobiles. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Fawzia.